Hello, my warriors. I want to welcome you to another Let's Talk About It. The title is Listen. Okay. Guys, don't talk about my eyebrows. I end up using black eyeliner because I ran out of my brown. So, just pretend it's not there. Okay. I'm going to read you something that I've noticed. Someone have told me, and the way someone has felt. Okay? It says, listen, when people are stressing and just need an ear, please listen. I'm thinking it's supposed to be hear them out. Okay? If you know they're going through something, don't criticize them. Just listen. Let's say, due to C-19, it's hard right now to get a job, a good job, okay, with benefits. Either you're working part-time with no benefits, or you're working somewhere where they don't give you benefits so that you can retire one day. So if you see they're trying, don't hurt them with words. And what I mean by words is, you can sit there and say, oh, you don't have a job yet, or I don't think you want to get a job, or they'll say things that make you feel bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to be careful, because you may say something that really hurts them, and it's a lot going on out here that people are doing crazy things. And do you want to end up losing your life because you say something out of the way? And I've seen a lot of this on Fatal Attraction. This been going on for years. But because you said something that upset whatever that person, then the next thing you know, you have family mourning you. Let me find where I am. Before the C-19, was they working? If yes, be there for them, whichever way you can. Because if you know they was working before this pandemic, then you see how it's hard now. You may see old people hiring, but you know what? They're not telling the whole story. People may be hiring, right? But are they hiring enough hours where you're going to be able to pay your bills? Are they paying you enough money where you can afford to stay where you are? Why get a job and you only make enough to pay half of the month? So then who's going to pay the other half? So you got to make sure when you look for a job, you're looking for something that can benefit you. You're looking for something that can take you the long run. Because I remember this one particular job, they were telling me, if you're here for this amount of years, then it's this amount of years you get that, this amount of years you get that. So it's like they were showing you long-term stability so that you can get somewhere. And I'm just using a job as an example because I feel that's more easier for me to talk about. Okay. Now, I was saying that if that person had a job, then be there for them whichever way you can. You might have been in that same spot waiting to go back to work. Now, for example, when March hit, a lot of people had to stop working, especially people at theme parks. My son, for example, he had stopped working, but he was okay because the amount of unemployment that he was getting for his job, he was content with. And I think he didn't stop too long. It was just a little bit. But other people might have stopped, you know. And if you look at reality, people are just being called back to work. You know what I'm saying? They're being called back to that job they might have been on for a while. And a lot of people, they don't want to start a job here. Then you work here for 3 years. Then things don't go well. And you start a job again. You work here for 2 years. Then things go right. People want a job where they can be there for a while. I can honestly say I was on a job for 6 years. But because that job right now is no longer in business, I wouldn't have been able to use that job as a lifetime. And then a lot of time people go back to school because they want to better themselves. But sometimes what end up happening, even though they want to better themselves, what happens is that particular school might have not been a credited school, and you know it went out of business. So when people are looking at hiring you, they're saying to themselves, did this person get the learning that they need? But if there's any teachers out there that happen to listen to this video, trust me, you need to look at that person as an individual. Okay? Because a lot of times they got that training, because it wasn't the teacher's fault. It was mostly the staff or whoever, for as up high in the company, why that company is no longer in business. So the way I look at life is, when you hire somebody, you need to train them yourself. When you have other people train them, they're not going to get that full training. Especially, oh, I'm going to have Kanisha train them, and then once she get trained, I'm going to go ahead and fire Kanisha because she don't know what she doing. For as well, let me take that back. She do know what she's doing. She's really good at it. But because Kanisha want to be on her phone all the time, or Kanisha want to call in all the time, so how many times have Kanisha really had worked the full week? Maybe in the beginning, but as time progressed itself, Kanisha say, shoot, they need me, so I can come in when I want to. So you have to look at that when you're trying to hire somebody, because you don't know what Kanisha is going to do. Kanisha can say anything, and what you're going to do, you're going to listen. Next thing you know, Kanisha still has her job. Then months later, you're going to have to try to hire somebody again because Kanisha is going to act up. So you have to be careful these days. Now, like I said, you might have been in that spot before. You had to wait to go back to work. So you have to give the person that's hurting inside, you have to give them that. Look at where you was, look at what you was going through, how you was stressed out, waiting to go back to work, tired of being in 4 walls because we was in quarantine. So you have to look at all of that. Don't believe what you hear, because you really want to know how jobs are. Call a career source center. Ask them, are you finding that it's easy for people to get jobs now? I guarantee you, they're going to tell you, no, it ain't easy. It may be easy for some people. Depends on what type of job. They're getting these fly-by-night jobs. Okay, yeah, but then the job closes down, and then you done put your time in there. You invested time coming to work on time, doing what you're supposed to do, and the next thing you know, you don't have a job, but you did what you did. And I can say I was in that spot. I was on this job for 3 years. I might have called in one time, and that one time, I take that back. It was more than once, twice. But the one time I called in, I came to the job. I said, listen, I got to get something straight with my vehicle. I did not want my boyfriend to go down there and put his paws on somebody, because I just paid cash for not a brand new car, but it was brand new to me. And it was running good. It just had 2 little small things that was wrong that took $13 to fix. But the point was I wanted to make sure it was done so that I can commute back and forth to work. So yes, I missed one day of work. That was then. The next time I couldn't even, I had to leave work early that day because my eye was so hurting me so bad. I didn't know what was going on. To this day, I still don't know what went on, but I can say when I go back in time and I think about what medications I was on, I really believe it was losartan, and that was the pill that I had stopped taking because they told me that you shouldn't take that anymore. So I stopped taking it, and I remember previously, like when I run out and I'm waiting to get some more, my eye would hurt. I don't know why, but in my heart, that's what I feel. I don't know how we can check it, but I ended up getting completely off the medicine, and then it faded away, and I'm good. I'm good now. Now, I see on the news every day how people are hurting, not just for trying to find work, it's other things too, like relationships are falling apart. I am reading something that I wrote, so excuse me. Due to not trying to understand the person that you are having a relationship with, communicating, or being patient with your mate. Now, right here, a lot of people, they're dating someone, and we can go back. It could be possibly they're dating someone at this time who is not working, and they're going to work every day. They're working as hard as they can. They're doing all they can. And when they come home, they're beat because a lot of companies are not hiring. They're saying, I'm going to work with what I got, and I'm going to work the bones out of them. Instead of them saying, let me hire or let me bring back some people that was here that did work so that we can make it better. But because of the economy is still slow, it's not where it needs to be yet, because a lot of people are still nervous. You know, people still wear masks. A lot of people want to stop, but what you got to look at, do your research on C-19. Disclosure, I am just telling you what I see on Channel 13 News in Orlando, Florida. I am hearing that the shot may only last for 6 months, and then you have to redo it. Now, do I know if that's 100% true? I don't know. But did I hear it on Channel 13 News? Yes, I did. That's the only news channel I watch. And yes, I did hear that people may have to continue to get this shot just like the flu shot. So what people have to understand is similar to a flu. So yes, you might have to continue getting the shot. But at first, people was thinking, okay, I can take this shot. It lasts me for 6 months. That's not 100% true. You don't know. Some people end up getting it after they got the shot. Because you know what they probably did? Say, shoot, I ain't got to wear the mask. I ain't got to do this. I can be with these many people. I can do this. I can do that. And now look at them. They're paying the price. And then they mad and say, well, why should I go get the second shot if it didn't work? Or, you know, I'm not doing this no more because it didn't work the first time. All that goes through the person's head. So you have to be careful out there. Now, if you look at this world, okay, it is a hot mess. People are dying, killing, and committing suicide. People are having big breakdowns. That's why we need to listen. You have a family member come to you and they're crying their heart out. They're vexing. Family member, friend, associate, whoever. Be there for them. Listen to them. When I say my prayer, okay, I'm just going to go in the middle part of my prayer. I would say, Bless my household, keep us from COVID-19, my grandbabies, my children, my family, my friends, my coworkers, and others. Because I try to keep whoever in prayer because it's not easy. People are going through so much. It can be health. This situation that's going on pandemic wise is hurting people's health. I have never in my life nose run as much as it has run in the last year. I mean, I'm telling you, having that mask on, I don't want to put my business out there, but let me see how to say it in a better way. I end up getting nose friends. Let's say it like that. Those little things that people pull out and then roll them and thump them on somebody. I end up getting that in my nose all the time. And I'm like, goodness gracious. I don't wear the mask, but when I am outside of my house, when I'm in my house, I don't need no mask on. When I'm in my car, I don't need no mask on. If somebody's in the car with me, oh yes, baby, both of us gonna put the mask on. And what? We both gonna do this. Okay? So, like I say, listen to a person because you don't want them to feel nobody is listening. And the next thing they say is, you know what, why don't I just, since nobody care anyway, let me just make it easier for them by just ending my life not wanting to be here. Don't do it. Just listen to me. Don't do it. You have to pray. It says, when your burdens seem to weigh you down, or the road seem too far to carry on, just look to the hills. You will find your help which cometh from the Lord. Hold on, even if you feel you have to moan. Let your soul cry out to the Lord. That is by commission, if I'm not mistaken. Cry on. God understand your tears. Something like that. I can't remember. It's one of the old, how would you say it? One of their greatest hits is, and then how you gonna know it's the right one? There have a yellow and blue is on the CD. Yellow and blue is like maybe the clothing they have on or something, but it pops out. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember. But yeah, because it's hard. So sometimes you just have to cry to yourself because you're just trying to do everything right. You're trying to right now still build your credit, and then things don't act right. You end up supposed to be getting something, then you got to delay it. And just that 1 minute of delay can cause your credit to be crashed. And trying to fix that credit ain't easy. I mean, my credit has been bad. Okay. And I have worked my bones to get it fixed so that I will be able to go into retirement. Not really go into retirement. I'm going to say when my boyfriend retires, we will be able to move to a location that I want to live in and be able to build a home on some property. That is my goal. My goal is to get a brand new vehicle in the next couple of years. But do I want to make those payments? No. So I got to find a way to make money and save and put up so that I can do that. Because I don't have to make no payments right now. Paid in full, okay? Now, getting to the end. If you can give them resources on different things that they can use to help them, social, mental, physical. Right now, families and couples really need therapy, counseling. Therapy, counseling, and Jesus. So if you know of someone who needs anything and they're trying, help them. But listen, sometimes that's all they need is just for you to listen, to give an ear so that you can help them solve whatever matter that they're going through. Now, the reason I decide to bring this up because I know of people who is going through this. They're losing family members. They're losing children, friends, and it's just emotional because if you watch Stella get her groove back when she ended up losing Whoopi Goldberg in the movie, you know, she was hurting. One day you seen her, she was crying, and that's when I don't know if his name, I don't know if his name is Tay Diggs. I can't remember what his name is. If I'm saying the wrong name, forgive me. Um, the guy off of Best Man, put it that way, he came and he hugged her because she was mourning for her friend. You know, she said, who can she talk to? My best friend and I have always, we've been best friends, and I figured that out. We've been best friends for 45 years. It could be more than that, you know, maybe a year more. But I know for sure it's been 45 years. And I feel that sometimes I just want to go to her and put my head on her shoulder and just cry my heart out because that's my best friend. That's my baby. I mean, I call her baby girl. That's baby girl. That's my best friend. You know, we've been best friends for so long. I mean, it's like we ride or die together. We used to have so much fun at junior camp meeting, church, you know, the choir, whatever we was in, we had fun together. So it's like, you know, it would hurt if I lost her, and I know it would hurt her if she lost me, because we've been in each other's lives. You know, when I'm gonna leave that alone because that's not my business to tell. But when we are in relationships, I respect her and she respects me. And I just was a person that, you know, I don't want to, you know, always be in the way. You know, keep thy feet out thy neighbor's house. So I would not want to be in the way, you know. So that's why long distance, meaning she lives up north and I live down south, it was hard. You know, I would see her when she come down every you know, the holidays. So right now we have really, I felt I needed to get close to her because one day I just broke down and I started texting her how much I miss her, how much I love her, how much I care, how much I'm there. And that was because I'm looking at what people are going through and people need a friend, and I want to let my best friend know I'm there like flow flat ties and the spare for her. And I know it's likewise. So be there for whoever. Now, total strangers, that's a hard situation to deal with. But if you're a person in customer service, you're talking to a person, they really need your help, and you can try to do all you can, you go as far as you can go just to prove the point. I tried. I've done all I can do, you know, and then you never know, you may be able to help. Because I can tell you, I had a situation and this one person, she went all the way for me. We don't know how fast the help is gonna, you know, we're gonna resolve the situation. But the point is, she went all the way. And that's what brought me to the point where somebody might need to hear something. Something. Okay? If you enjoyed this video, I know I've talked a minute. But I just felt I need to get this out there. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you are not a warrior yet, what are you waiting on? I am going to do my very best to make my videos more entertaining as well as good stuff. So if you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Make sure it says all in the notification section so you can see my videos as they come up. Along with, share this video, let them know what your girl is doing. Share this video with at least 3 people that you feel you want to talk to. 3 people. Just share this video. Say listen to it from beginning to the end. Just tell them to listen to it so they're able to see that somebody is there for them. They may know of somebody that needs to hear this video. So I want to say thank you so much if you rode all the way out to the end. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God is going to bless you. Thanks so much for watching. Later.